Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast. You are now tuned in to the 4K Corner with your boy 4KD Ray. As you enter, please make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos go up. Man, this is the Behind the Screen podcast. If you ain't been here before, man, we have a good time talking about anything from movies, video games, music, anything you name it. Any questions you want to ask, go ahead and ask me. Open discussion tonight. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about games. Let's talk about TV. Anything. It's quarantine. Y'all let me know what y'all are going through right now. Right here in my state, they just extended the quarantine time. It was supposed to be over with on the 29th. We just got extended to May 8th. So I ain't gonna complain too much. I'm still getting paid, still getting all my benefits. So it's all good with me. But who knows what they're gonna try to say next now that they know we're extended. Who knows, they might try to take away from my match of my 401k. They may cut the salary a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully nothing, though. Prayers that nothing happens. 4K Crib, thank you for falling into the 4K Corner in the back Behind the Screen podcast. Make sure you hit that like button, man. We got some special things going on tonight. I plan on being up for at least an hour. If it goes longer than that, that's thanks to the fans and thanks to the viewers in the chat for keeping things going. But my time limit as of right now is 1 hour show tonight, you guys. Like I said, 4K Corner, 4K Crib. Man, from what I see, they can try to emulate us, but they can't duplicate us. I see what's going on. I ain't gonna put nothing out there. Y'all can see it for yourself if you want to, but I see what's happening. It's cool. It's been a minute since I've been on here, so we're gonna have to start getting this thing going like probably weekly is what I'm looking at. Y'all can try to let me know what y'all want me to do as far as going on a weekly, what day of the week, what time, things like that. Of course, it's going to kind of be challenging because I never know what time I'm going to be at work. But I do see we got to turn this thing into it every week. At least every week, once a week, something like that. We'll get it there. Trust me, we will get it there because now I see what's going on. So we're going to do what we got to do. But like I said, man, I got some special things going on. It's all going to depend on how many people fall in here, what's going on in the chat. Are y'all in tune with what's going on tonight with the discussions and everything like that? Got a little trivia that I want to do tonight with you guys to see, got a couple of digital codes that I can throw out there for free. Now, I'm going to be honest, it ain't nothing new that came out in the past few weeks, but I've been going through the entire collection. Well, this is all the 4Ks over here, but I've been going through my Blu-ray collection and everything, trying to find, what codes are still out there that I can still use and things like that. And I just want to give the gift to you guys. Like I said, it ain't nothing special. It's some of the best movies. I ain't gonna say it's no terrible movies or nothing like that. I wouldn't do y'all like that. But it's some pretty good codes I got up for grabs tonight if you guys want them. Hopefully, if you guys watched my last video, nobody actually wrote in the comment section that they got the codes that I did put on the screen in the video. Last time I did it, it's been quite some time since I did that. But last time people were letting me know, hey, thanks, man. I got the code and stuff like that. So I had 2 up in my last video. If you caught it, and you're here tonight, please let me know in the comment section, hey, I caught those 2 codes. I appreciate it. I got some other things that I'm thinking about that I'm working on that I really want to do something very, very special. I haven't done an actual giveaway yet for the channel. I've done the free code Fridays. I've done, throwing up the codes in the videos. I've given away codes on my Instagram and stuff like that to people, that I talk to and stuff like that. But I want to do something a little bit more special, a little type giveaway, nothing too big. It's not going to have no crazy rules where you got to do this, got to do that, tag these 3-5 people, something like. It's going to be very, very simple, something to where I can just give back, especially right now with, people just sitting at home, not much to do, no stores open. I just want to see what I can do because there's a lot of you guys that fall into here, all my videos, comment on every video, like the video and things like that. So it's time that, I pay you guys back for, helping the channel grow and things like that. Anyway, man, let's open this thing up to discussion. Like I said, next time, whenever you fall in, make sure you hit that like button, say what's up to the chat, things like that. If you're watching this on replay, sit back and enjoy the show. But one of the main things I did want to talk about today, is the title reads, with a lot of states starting to open up now, they're opening up businesses, and they're allowing pretty much some place like Georgia are allowing everything to open. South Carolina is allowing a lot of things to open, and movie theaters is one topic of discussion, especially for the state of, I believe Georgia was the first one to, just go ahead and move things along. So what ended up happening was that AMC and Cinemark, they're saying no, no matter what they do right now, as far as governors opening these states back up and letting retail open up, along with those social distancing guidelines, is that they still do not plan on opening these theaters up. I mean, I want to say it's unfortunate, but you got to understand the circumstances of what's going on. Yes, a lot of people need their money. They need to open some stores up because people don't have the funds to either pay their employees or pay their own bills. Andrew Goodman, welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast, man. Make sure you hit that like button when you fall in. But like I was saying, yeah, they just ain't got the monetary funds. Y'all heard about the PPD program with the small businesses. A lot of like 90 something businesses that trade ended up getting that money, and they're asking for it back and things like that. So some small business didn't get a chance to get the money. They're trying to sign another bill right now to get that out so these small businesses can get these loans to pay people. But anyway, man, like I said, AMC and Cinemark, they're saying they do not think they're going to open up any theaters until at least June. But they still don't know what that's going to look like as far as social distancing guidelines. Will they do limited seats, make people sit like I'm sitting here, the next person is sitting like 3-4 chairs down? How is that really going to work out? And what movies are they actually going to show with all these studios pushing their movies back? We know, I think the only thing big that's still scheduled to come out, as far as I haven't seen this so far, is Tenet. That's one of the biggest movies. Scoob, they're actually going to put that on demand and release it. So that was another big release, but Tenet's the only other one that I know of, and I believe that's July. They're looking at, I believe that's July, June or July, but I know it comes out like a week after they plan on opening theaters back up. So that's a pretty big film right there. So I'm really eager to see how they're going to work this. 4K Crib says Tenet the best movie in history. Man, I certainly hope so. It gives me that Inception vibe. Hopefully it's not as confusing as Inception, man. Like I said before, it took me like at least 3 watches to finally understand what was going on in Inception. That's a really, really good movie, man. Y'all already know Christopher Nolan, he does it big when he does these films. A lot of them are kind of thought-provoking. Some people might say they're a little bit slow, but they look beautiful. But I can't think of a movie of his that I have not liked so far. Bears, what is good, man? Make sure you hit that like button. Welcome to the 4K Corner. Welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast. Hey, man, just finished watching Films at Home live stream, and here you are. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. How you feel about Bad Boys 3? Andrew, I'll answer that one real quick. I know I answered it before. I answered it on my last video about it, but I was excited for this film when it came out. We know it's at least, I think 7 years since part 2 that we have been waiting to get part 3. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 7 years in between the 2 films. So we've been waiting a long time for this one. And I can say this is me and my wife's favorite franchise together that we watch, either between that or Lord of the Rings. I think she would also say Bad Boys more than likely. I kind of lean towards Bad Boys, but I didn't get to see it first night, that Thursday night. I had tickets for Friday. When I asked my friend that night when he finished watching it, he was like, yo, it is better than part 2. I was flabbergasted by that. I'm like, there's no way it's better than part 2. We can say this about the franchise. Part 1 had the best story. Part 2 had the most action. And I think part 3 combined the 2 of those to probably teeter between 2 or this Bad Boys for Life being the best one out of the entire franchise so far. I say franchise so far because of the ending and the amount of revenue that the money has made so far. Who knows what's going to happen with the franchise? It looks like they're going to make a part 4. I hear they're talks about it, but with this pandemic going on, no studios are really, really working that hard on any films right now. Even the Batman has changed its date. It stopped production a couple times. I don't know if it's back in production right now, but everything is moving its date. I'm waiting on the Bad Boy Steelbook to come tomorrow from Best Buy. Yeah, I wanted that Steelbook. I thought about getting it, but that slipcover for the Blu-ray at Target, I really liked that one because it had that Miami Vice old school look to it with the Miami colors, which your fuchsias, your neon greens, and things like that. It looked a little bit weird because we're not used to it, and it looked more like it was animated character looking. But I liked it because it was a little bit different. But it like I said, I think it only came as a Blu-ray disc like that, no 4K. So y'all already know 4K is the name of the channel, so that's what we sticking with. I think somebody asked me about the Christine 4K. Yes, somebody did. Christine 4K, honestly, I thought it came out really, really good. I mean, that's not one of the movies that was just always out there for me. I really never remember much from it when I was a kid. I remember seeing it, but I couldn't tell you a whole lot about the movie. I did buy the 4K. I really liked the way the transfer turned out, and it was a pretty good movie. But like I said, it took me so long to get it because, like I said, it wasn't one of those movies I remember watching from my childhood and was like, oh man, I remember Christine. I love that movie. That was a good horror film. I knew about it. I remember watching it, but I couldn't remember the exact storyline and things like that. But if you're teetering on whether to get that 4K transfer because you already have something else, a DVD copy or something that you're totally fine with, I would say definitely go ahead and pick it up. You can find it at a really good price. A lot of times you can find it for $9.99. I think Hamilton Books still has it used for at least $7.95 or $9.99. So give that a shot if you're really thinking about picking up that Christine 4K. I would definitely say give it a go. I heard the first says Bear said, I love the first Bad Boys. I have to see the last one. Yes, you definitely got to see the last one. It was pretty good. Bear says that Target Blu-ray looks nice. Yes, it definitely does. Andrew Goodman says, I love Bad Boys 1995. Yeah, man. That was a long time ago. It really does not even feel like that franchise started way back then. Of course, if you go back and look at the original Bad Boys, especially the Blu-ray or the DVD disc of it, you can see that it is older, but me being 38, I don't feel like that was 1995 was that long ago when I think about it. But yeah, I mean this was a pretty good 4K disc, very good HDR. It is IMAX enhanced. I actually thought it would look a little bit better than what it did. Like I said, I don't have an OLED TV. I wish I did, but I don't see me ever spending that much on the TV. Kind of ridiculous, but you know, do what you do. It's your money. Spend it how you want to spend it. I'm gonna spend mine how I want to spend it. So I thought this would look a little bit better, especially the scene in the car garage when like the fuchsia colored smoke was appearing and stuff like that and things was happening. There was some really good crisp scenes, especially close-ups with skin pores and things like that to it. But I just thought it would have had a little bit more punch to it, especially that scene with like the fuchsia smoke and stuff like that. I thought it would have turned out a little bit better, but it left me a little slightly underwhelmed. If you guys have already seen the 4K, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below what you actually thought about that transfer. But overall, I'm very happy with spending the money on it. And I think it's well worth it if you want to go ahead and get in your collection. I do personally think this is one of those films that might see I ain't gonna say a significant price drop, but I can see it dropping a little bit over time. Like I can see in the next 2 weeks, you'll probably catch it for maybe even $19.99, maybe $24. It started off at $27, so I can see it going to $24 by maybe next week's ad or the week after that. You'll probably see it for at least $19.99. Depends on how many copies are really out there, to be honest with you. I know one thing about these out and about videos, man. Like this week, I tried to make it a little bit different for y'all and give you a different scenery and go ahead and do my unboxing in the car. I tried not to keep it long with me just talking. I did a little bit of talking, went straight to unpackaging my box of shoes and then the movie. This curbside thing and stores not being open. I know Target is open, but I'm not trying to really go into Target, walking around looking for some movies at this time right now. I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow morning. I'm not too sure right now. Don't hold me on that, but you guys could end up seeing a video come out tomorrow. I do got some movies in mind that I still need to pick up. So I might hit up Target just to make another video for you guys to give you more content to watch while you're sitting at home. Just don't hold me to it because it may not happen. But like I said, like I'm kind of ready for these stores to open in that aspect that I can get back out and get my hands on stuff, take a look at things. But trust me, I totally understand the dynamics behind this whole pandemic and this virus. I'm not saying I'm not part of that open up America protest movement that's going on. I completely disagree with that. Especially with these people standing outside, no mask on, but they want to open up America and they know what virus is. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into that, but it's crazy. 4K Crib, man. I know you're out there in Las Vegas. It's a lot of scrutiny going on with the Las Vegas. I think it was the mayor or the governor of Nevada or somebody that wants to pretty much use everybody as a guinea pig, and they want to open up Las Vegas all the way and just say, hey, if things start going bad, we'll shut it down again. I think that is totally ridiculous. You can let us know how things are going down there. It's been a minute since I asked you any questions like that. You know, every now and then we'll get a little personal conversation with each other, but it's been a little bit of a minute since I've asked you, you know, how things are going right now. You know, are you still receiving your benefits from unemployment and stuff like that? Let's see, it looks like we got at least about maybe close to 10 people in here watching. Let's see if we can get that like button at least close to 10 before we do this first little trivia question. You guys, what I want to do for y'all that's just falling in, I'm just going to ask a little trivia question. Once I finish asking the question, then you guys can answer it in the chat. Whoever answers the question first gets the digital code. Just make sure you DM me after the show on Instagram at 4kd.ray. DM me your email DM me on there and I will give you that code. I don't want to put it on here because somebody might be crazy enough to go ahead and copy the code down and, you know, try to redeem it before you can. Then you're out of your free code. So I want to make it as fair as possible. I'm not saying you got to follow me on Instagram. You can just come to my page, DM me, hey, it's me, blah, 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 from YouTube. I won the digital code and I'll send it to you just like that. As of right now, I got 2 on hand. And I'm gonna be honest, the question is very simple. The 2 questions I got for the 2 codes that I definitely got in my hands is very, very simple. I pretty much almost tell you the answer in the question. So once we get it up there and I go ahead and want to do that, I'll let you guys know. Please allow me the chance to finish the question before you answer, please. Give everybody a chance. Looks like we're 17 minutes in. 4K Crib says, everything is good here. They just started the $600 extra a week. The city opens up next Friday, but I doubt it. They may extend the shutdown. Andrew says, I love YouTube channel of yours. Short and sweet. Your videos are good and it's not long and it's perfect. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it, Andrew. Bear says, we're not opening up here in Chicago. Yeah, Chicago is very dense population too, so I don't expect much to happen there. Stanley Jane says, I've been picking up some of the $10 4K steel books from Best Buy. Man, those 4K steel books at Best Buy, those Disney ones, I would love to know exactly how many of those things they started with. How many do they still have right now? The only ones I would pick up, only ones I will rather want, if the prices get down, right now they're still like $14 to $19.99. I do not own them yet. It's Captain America, the First Avenger. I would get that, but it needs to go at least $9.99 or below. I would love it for it to hit that $7.99 or below that, because that's just not a movie that I'm really rocking with too much. I mean, it was cool, but I don't really have to own it. And then the Thor movies, Thor and Thor: The Dark World, if those get down in price, I would definitely cop those. Those would definitely have to hit at least $7.99 for me to buy them, because I did not like the Thor movies. Even Ragnarok, I actually owned the steel book of Ragnarok, but that one didn't hit me quite like everybody else. I know a lot of people absolutely love Ragnarok, but I didn't, to be honest with you. Andrew says, shuffle New York or Israel, added back Coronis, and I'm from New York. Yeah, y'all already know, man. If you've been watching me the past 2-3 years, I've been doing this. Every summer I go up to New York, and it looks like this summer will be canceled for probably just about everybody. So I really doubt I get that chance to go up to New York. I was kind of looking forward to it, but it is what it is. And I do have family up there, so I've seen a few videos of what's really going on up there. You know, the news ain't gonna show you and tell you everything. Stanley James says, I was lucky I picked up Ant-Man 4K Steelbook. Now it's sold out online. Do I got Ant-Man? Yeah, I got Ant-Man, not Steelbook though. Ant-Man and the Wasp was cool. I mean, it's not something I went back and watched like multiple times. I know my oldest daughter, she loves it, but I ain't really watched it like that. And I actually do got another video in mind that I want to go ahead and do. I may do it tonight and post that tomorrow or Saturday as far as it concerns the MCU and the whole cinematic universe and everything. So I may go ahead and start working on that once I finish with you guys tonight. I just had to get this in. Somebody already fell in the chat and said, hey, I see, never mind. I ain't going to get into it. Like I said, man, they can try to emulate us, but they can't duplicate us. We are the 4K fam. We stand in this thing together. We know who's been doing it the longest and who do it the best. 4K Crib says, I haven't been to buy 4Ks for 2 months. There ain't any good deals. To be honest with you, it really ain't. It's been pretty abysmal. Even I know last week Best Buy had the buy 3 for like 45, 2 for 30. It keep being the same titles over and over and over. And be careful with those deals, because even right now, I think they got the 3 for 45. Most of those you could probably combine at the right time, right website. You can combine to get them less than $45 right now. So be careful with a lot of those sales, man. Check your pricing before you pull the trigger, because a lot of times you can get the movie for a little bit cheaper. A couple weeks ago, Target had the buy 2 get 1 free. The only thing I'd go back and be like, man, I should have, was went ahead and ordered all 3 of those Tom Cruise movies, because it would have been what, $60, 3 movies, about $17 a movie, something like that. I don't know. I can't do the math right now in my head. I almost didn't graduate because of math, but that's another question. But yeah, I wish I would have went back and pre-ordered those 3 movies, because they were up for grabs. I'm talking about Top Gun, World at War, War of the Worlds. I mean, I'm thinking about video games. Look at me. War of the Worlds and Days of Thunder. I wish I would have pre-ordered those, but the movies that I wanted at that moment, it didn't add up right, so I just didn't pull the trigger on that Target sale. The only thing I actually wanted to get was the James Bond movies, because they had came out that time. They were $14.99 a piece, so that would have been a real good price for 3 movies. Mr. Rugby, thank you for joining the Behind the Screen podcast. He says, do you have Braveheart 4K? Question, does the digital code come in 4K? There's actually a website that you can go on to that tells you exactly every movie and what it redeems in. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but if you want to hit me up on Instagram at 4kd.ray after the show, I will point you in the right direction. I can't answer that question because you're kind of new here. I would assume I haven't seen your name. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos go up. But I do not have Braveheart 4K. I was going to pick it up. I've still been thinking about picking it up. But as you guys know, there is a steel book coming for Braveheart and Gladiator real soon. So I have not wanted to pick up Braveheart. But like I said, hit me up, or you can go ahead and Google it yourself. There's a website that gives a breakdown of every 4K movie, tells you what platform it redeems on, and the resolution that it redeems for. I think that was Stanley James that said he still need to pick up this Al Pacino Scarface. This is a classic. Between this movie and Terminator 2, I think I've owned every format that it has came on except for Laserdisc. This is a classic. I can say, like, a few years ago, I used to watch it a lot more than what I watch it now. I'm gonna say it's just a classic. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's best movie ever. We know it's got some kind of plot holes and it's kind of just a movie with action and drugs. But overall, it's a good film to me. Thanks for Mr. Rigby says, thanks for answering. Been watching and subscribed for over 5 months. Keep up the great content. That is awesome. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the love. We are up to 10 likes, so let's go ahead and do this first digital code trivia question. Like I said, here are the rules. Once again, please do not answer the question in the chat until I am finished asking the question. Trust me, the questions are very, very easy. First person that I see that answers the question correctly gets this digital code to this film. Just make sure at the end of this or right now, if you want to go ahead on Instagram and DM me, let me know, hey, it was me, I won. Can you send me the code? I will send you the code once the show is done. But like I said, do not answer. It's a quick question. Just do not answer until I am done reading the question. I will come a little bit closer and make sure you guys hear me. Question reads, this 2012 film starring Colin Farrell sees character Douglas Quaid visit a company that turns dreams into real memories. This 2012 film starring Colin Farrell sees character Douglas Quaid visit a company that turns dreams into real memories. First one to answer that question gets that digital code. Oh, Mr. Rigby looks like he is the first one to say 2012's Total Recall starring Colin Farrell. So he is the winner of that first trivia question. So I will definitely get that code out to you. Even if you don't have Instagram, man, just you can even email me your email address. You can email me at 910gamers, GAMERS @gmail.com, 910GAMERS @gmail.com. And I will definitely get that out to you. Calvin Oliver says Terminator. Close. And that's funny you said Terminator, because I actually do have a Terminator code, but that's not one that's up for grabs right now. I do have Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which I think redeems in 4K. I believe Total Recall actually redeems in 4K as well. I think I just saw that the other day that was one of the 4K movies that's not on disc, that is in 4K format digitally. I would love for it to be on 4K physically. I'd buy it. I'm gonna say it's not better than the original Total Recall, but it was still a good fun watch. I thought it was pretty decent. Man, but yo, I'm still pretty disappointed at all these movies getting pushed back. This weekend, we were supposed to see, was it Black Widow that was supposed to come out right now? I believe we were supposed to see Black Widow right now. Video J, I'm not saying Bad Boys is better than Lord of the Rings. What I'm saying is, as far as movies that me and my wife loved, as far as a franchise as a whole, I think we have more fun watching the Bad Boys franchise. Oh, to me, I think Lord of the Rings is probably my favorite franchise, period. Like, out of all movies, I love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I'm just saying, as a unit between me and her, I think we have more fun sitting down watching Bad Boys than Lord of the Rings. 4K Chris says Lord of the Rings is trash. Man, you crazy. Now I could see somebody saying like, oh, The Hobbit wasn't that good and Lord of the Rings is good, but Lord of the Rings being trash, I think that's an understatement. I question your views and opinions on films from here on out. And then I think this week is pretty dry as far as what's coming out. Oh, okay. Yeah, you meant The Hobbit. I was about to, because Lord of the Rings, that's kind of hard to beat. So Rigby says Lord of the Rings is a classic. Stanley James, I don't like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. And how is Ip Man in 4K? I thought about, yes, Video J, I know. I thought about getting Ip Man 4, but I mean, it's a good price, $19.99, but it's not really a 4K quality type film that I'm looking for. I even went back and looked at some of the reviews, and it's like they give it at least like 3.5 to 4 stars as far as video presentation, but that's just not something I'm really looking to own. If it was like some old 4K transfers of some old martial arts films, I'd definitely pick them up. But that's just not something I'm looking to own. I'll watch it, but as far as picking that up, it'd have to get down in price more, maybe like $9.99 or something like that, and I'll pick it up. 4K Chris says, I'm gonna watch American Sniper tonight. Man, I love that movie, man. I'm gonna be honest, it will bring tears to your eye. Like, it'll make a grown man cry. It'll make you feel some type of way. It was very strong. Andrew says, I still buy Blu-rays and DVDs, thinking about jumping to 4K because the law Spencer for Katie's right now. 4K Chris says it's hard to buy a Blu-ray right now. You mean right now? It's hard to buy a Blu-ray, or just Blu-rays in period? Because yeah, I can't go back to Blu-ray. Do you like the game 1997? I don't know exactly what that is, the game 1997. You might have to explain to me. Maybe I've seen it and don't know the name or something like that, but let me know what that is you're referring to. 4K Creep, if you're talking about just going back buying Blu-rays, I definitely agree. I can't do it. I don't see the point. If I have a 4K player and a 4K TV, why not just go ahead and get the 4K? It comes with the Blu-ray anyway. It's only like maybe $5 extra, but I say that, but I don't pay $5 extra for a steelbook, but that's kind of different. Says, have you watched some good news? I don't buy Blu-rays. Yeah, I don't buy no Blu-rays. The last Blu-ray I bought is because I actually love the movie, and it's not coming out on 4K, at least no time soon, was Mean Girls. I had to have that. That's just one of those movies. Like, I had to get it. Just like it's coming. Just One of the Guys. I'm gonna buy that too. I love that movie growing up as a kid. That was better than Just One of the Girls. Says John Krasinski's new show. I don't think I've seen the trailer for that. I can pull it up real quick though. But yeah, man, I'm mad. Like, it's called Some Good News. Now I haven't seen that. Any TV box set 4Ks? Not that I've seen coming out. I never really watched Game of Thrones. I'm quite sure that's nice to have in the collection and have on 4K, but like, I've never really watched Game of Thrones. I've seen a few of the first few episodes, but I never got into it. I didn't have HBO, so I ain't have no way of watching it anyway. But even with having the chance now, I just won't go back and watch it. Maybe they could do The Walking Dead. That's big enough of a series that they can go ahead and throw on 4K. The Blu-rays had a lot of grain, and they purposely wanted to give it a lot of grain because it is that zombie world, so they wanted to look a little bit gritty and brown with the brown tones and the grays and everything like that. So I mean, if you're not into grain, you wouldn't like the Walking Dead Blu-rays. At least up to, I have seasons 1 through about 5 or 4, and there's grain in those. I don't know about the ones proceeding that. I couldn't tell you because I don't own them. I haven't even seen them because, like I said, I don't really do Blu-rays. Of course, Stranger Things is out there too on 4K if you're into that. But I wish more TV shows would come to 4K. I don't know why the Tom Clancy show isn't on there. That's on Amazon Prime. That even has Dolby Vision on Amazon Prime. So I don't know why that's not actually on disc. The Boys would look good on 4K disc. I would love to have that show, even though it's only had 1 season. Well, I can't really say your name, but you said Game with Michael Douglas. I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about Surviving the Game. I wonder if that new Prime original TV series called Bosch is good. It just came out. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm still waiting on the next season of The Boys to come out. There's another show on there that I like, Homecoming. I'm waiting on that too. If there's one, I haven't even looked to see if there is another one coming out. See, we're at 11 likes. Let's see if we can get that likes up at least 4 more. Let's get it to 15 likes, and I will go ahead and do that second trivia question. Did you watch the Tiger King? Yes, I did watch Tiger King. I thought it was hilarious. I know at first it was a little bit slow, like the first episode into halfway through episode 2, but once it got going and you understood the story and what's going on, and they started all clashing with each other, man, that show is hilarious. And then it gets hilarious in the middle, and then towards the last couple episodes, it gets a little more about, okay, what's really going on, the root of things, the bad side of everything. The first 2 episodes was like introduction, and then you had all the comedy and just jokes and everything like that, all the fun stuff, and then it got a little more serious like the last 2 to 3 episodes. But that was a good documentary that came out of the blue. I think that was perfect timing for that. I don't know when it actually came out on Netflix, but it just exploded during this quarantine, and I think it was perfect for this time of quarantine to have on. Man, that was good. The only thing about stuff like this with Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, and all that stuff, man, you get to binge watching this stuff, and you will watch it all in one day, giving you nothing else to watch because it sucks you in. Even the dumbest stuff like Tiger King, like it's another one of those little stupid documentaries that you end up watching, and it just pulls you in from the first episode, and you can't stop watching it. It's something like Duck Dynasty or Swamp People, Moonshiners, all that crazy stuff. Like you'll sit there and watch it and just wonder, why am I watching this? But you're entertained by it. And Netflix is doing a really good job of stuff like that. Netflix and I would say Netflix because they're soaring right now, especially in the stock market, man. If you put into Netflix a long time ago, you are making some money. If you can buy some shares right now, if you got the money, I forget how much they are a share, but you can get some money in. I'm currently binge watching Sopranos. That's another classic show. I think I hear a lot of people talking about, is it Expanse, I believe, that show? I hear a lot of people talking about watching that. I haven't seen it. Sopranos is John Berthal, and yeah. Then Ray Donovan's another one I always heard a lot of people talk about. But yeah, man, it's so many movies. Like, I still want to see The Invisible Man. I haven't got to see that yet. I know it's on demand, but I'm not paying $20 for a movie when I can wait to own it. Yeah, Ozark. That's what I meant. Yeah, Ozark is the show that everybody's talking about. What platform is that on? Is that Netflix? If it's Netflix, I can start watching it tonight. If it's like Hulu or something, I ain't got Hulu. I only got Netflix and Amazon Prime. Ray Donovan got canceled. No more episodes. No more seasons. The only thing I've been binge watching, the only show is this show on NBC called Manifest. It's pretty good. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I might start watching it tonight. If not, probably tomorrow morning. I'll give it a run and see if I like it. I don't want to watch it at night, late night, because then I'll end up tired and might fall asleep on it. So I want to give it a fair shot. We're at 14. Let's get one more like. Anybody that's not falling into the chat, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when new videos go up, and make sure you hit that like button. And welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast. You are tuned into the 4K Corner with your boy 4KD Ray. 4K Crib says, watch All Americans. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I know you told me about that a little while ago. I've heard a lot of people talk about that show too. But it's almost at 50-50 what I hear about All Americans. Some people say it's kind of weak. It's really not that good. Some people say it's good, but I don't know. I was watching Tiger King after I finished that. I started to put on All American, but then I was like, I don't know if this is something I feel like watching. So I kind of turned. I was in that mood to where I was just wanting like comedy and stuff after watching that. So I was like, I don't know exactly what All American is about. Is it about equality, racial profiling, stuff like that? I didn't want to get into that mood. I was at that happy, wanting to have a good time mood, wanting to laugh. But yeah, like, man, I was looking forward to Spiral, the Jigsaw joint, Black Widow, Wonder Woman, and I'll watch it, but I'm not too concerned about it. What else? Like I said, Invisible Man, I didn't get to see that. Theaters ended up shutting down after it came out. Um, said Black Widow, Tenet, Top Gun. I want to see that because I just want to see it in IMAX. I'm gonna say Top Gun. Just looking, yes, Morbius. Yo, I meant to tell y'all, for those that own the Bad Boys for Life 4K or Blu-ray disc, 4K discs, a lot of times they don't show the previews that you might have seen in theaters. Like when Blu-ray and DVD, when you put those discs in, previews start playing. I didn't know how much I missed that aspect of owning films at home until I put this disc in and something started playing. I wasn't paying attention to the screen. I was like, hold on, what is this? And I noticed that it was showing trailers before the main screen hit. I actually missed stuff like that. They only got 2 trailers, I believe, and one of them is Morbius. So I was like, man, I was sitting there watching. I'm like, man, I missed this because it gives you a chance to see it in 4K or in your home without having to turn it onto YouTube or something with more of a compressed video. So I really like that aspect, and I actually kind of miss that. Matter of fact, I see that Wonder Woman 84 trailer right now, but yeah, I'm just wasn't a big fan of the first Wonder Woman. I thought it was a little bit boring. Special effects was great. I think she did a good job as Wonder Woman, even though we don't have much to go on. I thought she did a good job as Wonder Woman. Does she fit the Wonder Woman role? No, because Wonder Woman is supposed to be bulky and strong, and she's rather skinny. But I think as a first chance at Wonder Woman, I'd say it was pretty decent. And I like Chris Pine as an actor. Pretty cool. And like I said, the Batman that got pushed to a few months after it's originally supposed to release. 4K Chris says, not my cup of tea, Wonder Woman, DC. What do you think of the DCU in comparison to Marvel? I only like Joker. Actually, I didn't even really care for Joker. It was cool. I expected more, especially after all the hype, because I didn't see it in theaters. I bought it day one and watched it as soon as I got home. I was a little bit underwhelmed. I liked the ending, but for me, it was taking too long. Like I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. Like I'm ready to see some of the Joker's antics, and it just wasn't happening. It was a little bit darker. I see how some people really loved it. Me, I thought it was okay. I thought it was at least like 7.5 or 8 out of 10. I didn't think like 9.5 or 10. But I can see why people really loved it. But as far as DC versus Marvel, I don't compare the two. I think DC did too much with trying to catch up to Marvel way too fast. They seen how much money, how much revenue Marvel was bringing in, how much the superhero movies in general were bringing in. So I think they forced Warner Brothers to go ahead and really push for Justice League and bring it all together at once without, taking that same stance that Marvel took with fleshing it all out between its characters, giving them their own movie and, just bringing them all into one and creating the Justice League. I've seen some pictures of what they're saying that how the story was supposed to grow over time and how they come to and what the films were supposed to be about. I don't know how true it was from what I saw, but they're saying this is the way it was supposed to go, which sounded like it followed the exact pattern as Marvel, but I think they just played chase a little bit too much, and they should have stuck to their own thing and just did their own thing and just let it grow from there. But honestly, I loved Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought he was pretty good. I was excited for a solo Batman film. Unfortunately, we won't get it. I'm rather nervous about Robert Pattinson playing Batman. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you got to see his movies outside of what he did with Twilight to really, give him a chance as an actor. But even the look of it, I'm not liking the look of it. But Video J81, you can attest to this that, I had that same feeling with The Dark Knight. When that first came out, they showed the trailers and everything. We saw Catwoman, we saw the ears and all that. I was very worried about The Dark Knight, even after how good Batman Begins was. Looking at the trailers and everything, like I questioned it. It could be the same thing with the Batman film. So I don't know. I'll, keep my mind open till we get the first and second trailer to see what things really, really look like, how well they flesh out the character. But as of right now, I would definitely say I'm very concerned with that film. Invisible Man might be a day one pickup for me. Man, yeah, I definitely got to get it day one. Everybody talks about how good that film is. So yeah, it's day one for me. I was this close to doing the video on demand for $20 just to watch it, but I was like, I can't do it. I can't. That's more than what I would pay for two people to actually sit in the theater and watch it. So I was like, but I understand why it's $20. They're trying to recoup that money that they're losing from the theater. So I get it. I just can't do it. You guys asked about Ford versus Ferrari. What did you think of Ford versus Ferrari? Thought it was pretty good. If I was even a bigger car enthusiast that already kind of knew some backstory, which I knew a little bit, but not that much. I know like who Carroll Shelby is and all that good stuff and where it started, but I didn't know everything about the story. So I thought it was rather good. Anybody that's not really into cars or something, I could see if you watched it, you'd probably be bored with it. Other than hearing like the audio, I thought the audio sounded really good. It's got me so ready for Days of Thunder. Yes, Matt Damon always does a good job. But I thought the movie was really, really good. I enjoyed it for what it was. Because I do like muscle cars. I do like cars in general. My dream car is a 1977 Trans Am Smokey and Bandit. If I could get one of those, I would be so happy. Yeah, it was a good movie though. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's got me ready for Days of Thunder. I can't wait to hear them cars racing around the track in Days of Thunder on 4K. Ah, the Tenet trailer's playing. All right, we got 9. It looks like we got 9 people in. We are 47 minutes in with 14 likes, guys. Let's just get one. Can we get one more like on the board so we can do this trivia question? Bro, you need to watch. I've seen Project X plenty of times. That's a really it's funny. There's other movies I would put ahead of it that's kind of in that category, but Project X is good. Ford vs Ferrari is a great movie. I'll give you that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's like we're at 15 likes, so let's go ahead and get this last trivia in before we end the show. Like I said, I only want to do an hour tonight. Like I said last time, please give me a chance to read the question. The first time I will read it twice just in case you guys do not hear me or do not understand a word that I may have said. Please do not answer the question till I'm done. So question number 2. This 2013 film sees character Gary Lane lead a worldwide investigation into the source of a virus and a way to stop the infection. Once again, this 2013 film sees character Gary Lane, played by Brad Pitt, lead a worldwide investigation into the source of a virus and find a way to stop it. First one to answer the question in the chat gets that digital code. I know another question popped up while I was reading. It says, what did you think of Annihilation? 4K Crib has it at World War Z. I thought it was the perfect time to bring that question out. Speaking of that movie, I recently watched the Blu-ray again. Maybe I need to change my settings or something like that, because that Blu-ray did not look good when I went back and watched it. I was very underwhelmed by it, but I liked that movie. That was a pretty decent movie. I heard there's some funny stuff going on with Israel right now too during this pandemic that's, making that movie kind of look a little bit true. Ms. Rigby says, nice 4K Crib, good going, good job, good game. Those are the 2. So the first one was Total Recall. That second one was World War Z. So I will get those digital codes out to you guys once this is over with. 4K Crib, I already got you DM, so I'll go ahead and send that to you once we're done. What was we talking about? I think Video J81. Yes, Annihilation. That's another one I need to own. Maybe that might be something I could pick up tomorrow. I want to rewatch San Andreas. Yeah, San Andreas was all right. Annihilation I thought was really, really good. I love like those science fiction thrillers that make you kind of think. So that one was good. I can say I was a little bit confused during the movie. I really do want that 4K because they had some nice scenery and backdrops going on. That and The Arrival. I want both of those on 4K. But for science fiction is a really good one. Good genre that I really like watching. Rafa Ram says, did you pick up any of the Best Buy $10 Disney Steel books? 4K Crib, I think Annihilation is cheap right now. And Rafa Ram's $10 Disney 4K. No, I don't do the Disney stuff anymore. With Disney Plus out there and my kids being older, I do have a 2-year-old. She loves right now. She watches Disney Plus all day, every day. So I don't feel there's a need for me to go back and buy those Steel books for her. Because she'll get out of it eventually as well. But she loves, every day she watches Moana. Right now she says her favorite movie is Black Panther, so she watches both of those and Frozen's 1 and 2. That's her whole day right now. If we put those on the TV, she'll stay right in the living room watching that all day. She absolutely loves Black Panther. I don't know where she got it from. I think maybe she must have been watching a YouTube video and one of the kids was pretending to be Black Panther in costume or watching it or something, but all of a sudden she just wanted to watch Black Panther. And now she watches it like 2-3 times a day. I'm tired of seeing the Black Panther, but it's playing all day on my living room TV. I actually thought about the Frozen Steel book was $4.99. I was gonna get it just so I can switch it out and put my Frozen disc into it. I was gonna do that because I was like, $5, I guess I can spare it. But then I was like, nah, I'll hold on that. Ricky says, I missed out on the Wally 4K Steel book. And Rafa Ram says, what's your next 4K pickups? This week is rather slow. Nothing's really releasing this week coming up. I'm thinking about actually going out into Target tomorrow. I may see what they got, or there's been a couple of movies on my radar that I may pick something up tomorrow. I'm not sure. I definitely don't want to spend over my threshold for tomorrow is $14.99. I will buy one movie. It cannot be more than $14.99. I'll give myself that. Did you see Birds of Prey Steel book? Yes, that Steel book is actually more than a Steel book. It's actually got some stuff coming with it, so it's definitely worth. Y'all already know I don't do the extra $5 unless I love the artwork. And I will say this one, I would actually pay the extra $5 because it does come with like a little booklet and stuff like that on the inside of it, along with that Steel book. So I think this is a good package to pick up. Problem is, I thought Birds of Prey was rather boring. Y'all can let me know how you felt about the movie. 4K Crib, I think you said you fell asleep on it. I fell asleep in the movie theater watching it. I expected a lot more out of it. I trust me, I love her. I like the role she plays as Harley Quinn, but the movie as a whole, it just did not do it for me. Comments are going fast at the moment. Birds of Prey will be the first DCU 4K I won't buy. Yeah, I question whether I'm going to buy it. I got to see what else comes out that week. If nothing else is coming out that week, I'll probably pick it up anyway. Are you going to pick up Onward 4K? More than likely not. Ruby says the movie was terrible. Dark Fate. Terminator Dark Fate. Do you have the 4K? What do you think of it? That's one of the ones on my list. I might pre-order something from Best Buy. Amazon 4K orders taking as long as they say. Did you pick up Midway? Yes, I do have. Let me try to answer all of those at once. Yikes. I do have Midway on 4K. I thought it was a really good film. I think they could have done a little bit better with the story and everything like that. The pacing was a little bit weird to me, but as far as the action, a little bit too much CGI. It looked a little bit phony and everything, but I thought the audio and the picture quality was really good on that one. It was a really good watch, especially if you don't know much of the backstory behind, what went on with those events. It's definitely a good movie. I would say definitely pick it up if you can find it for at least $19.99 or below, because I really don't see myself watching it as many times as I would watch any other war movie like Dunkirk 1917, Saving Private Ryan, Fury. This is like kind of well below those films to me. That's just my opinion. You can take it how you want, but I didn't think it was like up there with those titles. Do you have all three Bad Boys 4Ks? Yes, I do. I have the Steelbook double pack with 1 and 2. 1917 4K. Yes, I have that. That is a beauty. I wish Angel Heart would come out in 4K. Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro. Mickey Rourke is a great actor. Robert De Niro is classic, one of the best actors ever. Rambo Last Blood on 4K right now, $14.99 at Best Buy. Is it worth picking up? Yes, it is, my guy. Yes, it is. Y'all gonna make me pull all my stuff off the shelves. So there goes that one, 1917. Very fine film. Definitely pick that up if you do not have it in the collection. Dang, I just saw the other one y'all was talking about. Where did it go? Oh. But yes, Rambo, Last Blood. If y'all love John Wick, you will love Rambo. He went out in blazing glory on this one. Is Sylvester Stallone old? Yes. Do you have to put that into account in this film when you watch it? Yes, you do. Far as action, kill shots, oh my God. If you wince during like scenes in John Wick 3 and those fight scenes where he's doing the crazy things that he does, you will have that same effect with Rambo Last Blood. I would definitely say pick this up for $14.99 or below. Says, I want The Fugitive and US. Oh my gosh, dude. Rigby. Fugitive is one of my favorite movies all time. You can put U.S. Marshals up there. I love how they kept the same people in those films. That was rather awesome to have the same people as the investigative unit in those films. I think that's pretty awesome how they did that. But The Fugitive, I love that movie. Are you going to pick up Gentleman 4K and Invisible Man 4K? Definitely Invisible Man. I will say that. I'm not sure about Gentleman. I haven't seen it. Don't know how good it is. So I only pick up stuff that I know I am going to more than likely watch over and over again, unless it's like an action movie or a thriller or a horror. Then I'll pick those up because those are the genres that I like. So I'll give it a try. Anything outside of that, there's certain movies that, you know, come out. I'll say something like The Lighthouse. I've heard a lot of people say they like The Lighthouse. I don't know if it's something that I would like. I believe it's on Amazon Prime now, so I'll give it a watch. But when that came out, I was intrigued by it. I thought about buying it, but I don't know much about it. I didn't know the story, and I don't know how good it truly is, so I didn't buy it because I'm like, I only try to spend money on stuff that I know I'm going to watch over and over. He said, Gentleman is terrible. I walked out of the theater. It is so bad. What else? So I still got to pick up Terminator Dark Fate 4K. I still want Uncut Gems, Knives Out. I still don't have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I had it in my cart for Best Buy one time and ended up erasing it out of my cart. Rafa Ram says Ip Man 4K. I know we discussed that earlier. I don't know if I want to pay $19.99 for that right now. It Part 2 4K. How do you feel about it? It Part 2 was really good. I thought it lasted a little bit too long. The runtime was too long. I think they could have cut it short by at least 20 to 30 minutes, and it would have been a better film. I think the whole, once they started showing their separate stories towards almost the close of the movie, to where, you know, they kind of brought the story all together as one when they showed like when they went on their separate ways and they kind of merged the two movies together. I think they could have left that part out, and that would have cut the movie short, and it would have been a lot better. Part 1 was still the better movie to me. Jorge Cruz says Uncut Gems is only on Blu-ray. I think there is a 4K for Uncut Gems, ain't it? Says, whoa, surprise, Gentleman was bad. I think somebody else asked me about another movie. So recently I did actually organize my movies a little bit. I'm not going to take myself through the whole pain and agony of trying to put them in alphabetical order. So what I did is put all my steel books followed by superhero movies. Then I just did all my slip covers and then all my non-slip covers. So that's the best way I could see fit to separate myself. I'm not going through that whole alphabetical order crap. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, I do have Bad Boys 1 and 2 on that steelbook, and then 3 as the slipcover. I should have bought the steelbook for this just to fall in line with this one, but it is what it is. Like I say, same disc. I'm gonna watch the same movie regardless. Uncut Gems, $17.99 right now. Best Buy only on Blu-ray. It's only Blu-ray, you were right. 4K Crib. It's only on Blu-ray and DVD. I think there's a 4K digital of Uncut Gems. Yeah, I'm not buying digital either. We have 16 likes, you guys, and we are 1 hour in. So we're definitely going to give it a close right now because, like I said, I want to jump online, see, check out a few prices on some titles that I may want to pick up tomorrow, narrow that down to see if I want to go ahead and head out to do a pickup tomorrow. And I want to give one of these shows a shot that you guys have been telling me to watch. I appreciate you guys falling into another episode of the Behind the Screen podcast. Like I said at the beginning, if you wasn't here, I definitely want to start doing this on a weekly basis, but I would like to get the viewers involved in when you guys would feel the best date and time to do this on a weekly basis, and we'll figure it out from there. Please be on the lookout. I do plan on doing a giveaway really, really soon to give back to all of you guys that always join me right here in the podcast, watches every videos, and make sure you hit that like button and comment on every video. It's time for 4K D-Ray to give back to the viewers. So please look out for either that post on Instagram or a video right here on YouTube to let you guys know how that giveaway is going to work. I am not going to make it difficult. It'll be just as easy as these trivia questions in to get your entrance into the giveaway. It's just time for me to give back, especially right now when we're all sitting at home with not much to do. Just a way for me to say thank you. But like I said, thank you guys for joining me in the 4K Corner. This is your boy 4K D-Ray. Follow me on Instagram at 4kd.ray. If you're new to the videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when new videos go up. I appreciate y'all for joining me for another show. We are gone.